Thanks for tuning into Jupiter's universe. We would like to share a story with you about the Venusians, an advanced race on Venus and the cover-up. It was a routine mission, or so they thought. A team of NASA scientists and engineers had launched a probe to Venus, the second planet from the Sun, to study its atmosphere and surface. They expected to find a hellish world, with temperatures hot enough to melt lead, pressures high enough to crush a submarine, and clouds of sulfuric acid that rained down on the barren landscape. They did not expect to find a portal to another dimension. The probe was equipped with a camera and a spectrometer, to capture images and data of the Venusian environment. As it approached the planet, it began to transmit its findings back to Earth. The scientists and engineers watched eagerly, hoping to learn more about Earth's mysterious twin. But then, something strange happened. The probe's signal suddenly changed, and the images and data became distorted and garbled. The probe seemed to have entered a region of intense interference, where the laws of physics were altered. The scientists and engineers tried to regain control of the probe, but it was too late. The probe had vanished from their screens, and from their radar. They had lost contact with the probe. They were stunned and confused, wondering what had gone wrong. They checked their instruments and calculations, looking for any errors or anomalies. They found none. Everything had been working perfectly, until the probe reached a certain point in its orbit. They decided to review the last images and data that the probe had sent, hoping to find some clues. They were shocked by what they saw. The last image showed a bright and colorful swirl of light, like a giant vortex, in the middle of the Venusian sky. The last data showed a spike of energy and radiation, unlike anything they had ever seen. The probe had encountered a portal, a wormhole, a gateway to another world. They had discovered a secret that could change the course of history. They had found a hidden portal to Venus, a portal that led to a parallel dimension where Venus was a paradise. But instead of a hellish wasteland, they found a lush and vibrant world, full of exotic plants and animals, and inhabited by a beautiful and advanced alien race. The aliens, who called themselves the Venusians, were peaceful and friendly, and welcomed the human visitors with curiosity and kindness. They had a culture and a technology that was far superior to anything on Earth, and they lived in harmony with their environment. They had no concept of war, violence, or greed, and they shared everything they had with each other and with the humans. The government, however, saw the Venusians as a threat and an opportunity. They feared that the public would learn about the existence of the aliens, and demand to make contact with them. They also coveted the Venusians' resources and secrets, and wanted to exploit them for their own benefit. They decided to keep the portal a secret, and to send only a few selected agents to Venus, under the guise of scientific research. The agents were instructed to observe and study the Venusians, and to report back to their superiors. They were also ordered to sabotage and destroy any evidence of the portal, and to eliminate any witnesses who might expose the truth. They were told that they were doing this for the greater good of humanity, and that they had to protect the world from the alien menace. But some of the agents began to question their mission, and to sympathize with the Venusians. They saw how happy and peaceful the aliens were, and how they treated the humans with respect and generosity. They realized that the Venusians were not a menace, but a blessing, and that they had much to learn from them. They also felt guilty and ashamed of their actions, and of the lies they had to tell. They decided to rebel against their orders, and to join forces with the Venusians. They revealed the truth to the aliens, and warned them of the government's plans. They also contacted some of their allies on Earth, and tried to expose the secret to the public. They hoped that by doing this, they could stop the government from harming the Venusians, and start a new era of cooperation and friendship between the two races. But they knew that they were risking their lives, and that they had to act fast. They knew that the government would not give up easily, and that they would do anything to silence them. They knew that they were facing a powerful and ruthless enemy, and that they had to fight for their cause. They knew that this was the most important and dangerous mission of their lives, and that they had to succeed, or die trying. They had discovered that they had a common origin, and a common destiny. The war had started when the humans had found a hidden portal to Venus, a portal that led to a parallel dimension where Venus was a paradise. The humans had been amazed and intrigued by the beauty and harmony of the Veneran world, and by the kindness and generosity of the Veneran people. But they had also been greedy and selfish, and had wanted to exploit the Venerans for their resources and secrets. The humans had launched a covert operation, a false flag, and a cover-up. They had planted a bomb in their spaceship, and set it to detonate after a few hours. The bomb was designed to look like a nuclear reactor meltdown, and to create a massive explosion that would wipe out the city and the portal. The humans had hoped that this would spark a war between the Venerans and the humans, and that they could use this as an excuse to invade and conquer the Veneran world. But their plan had backfired. The Venerans had survived, and had escaped to another portal. They had also realized that the humans had betrayed them, and had planned to harm them. They had decided to fight back, and to defend their world. They had also decided to send a message to the people of Earth, a message that would reveal the truth. The message was simple, and clear. The message was: we are not your enemies. We are your friends. We are not your inferiors. We are your equals. We are not your slaves. We are your brothers and sisters. We are the Venerans. And we are here to help you. The message had reached the people of Earth, and had caused a global uproar. The people had been shocked and outraged by the government's lies and crimes, and had demanded justice and accountability. They had also been curious and fascinated by the Venerans' existence and culture, and had wanted to make contact with them. They had realized that the Venerans were not a menace, but a blessing, and that they had much to learn from them. The people had rebelled against the government, and had overthrown it. They had also joined forces with the Venerans, and had formed a new alliance. They had agreed to end the war, and to start a new era of cooperation and friendship. They had agreed to share their knowledge and technology, and to respect their diversity and sovereignty. They had agreed to work together for the common good of the galaxy. The humans and the Venerans had celebrated their victory, and their reconciliation. They had exchanged gifts and greetings, and had learned more about each other. They had discovered that they had many things in common, such as their love for music, art, science, and nature. They had also discovered that they had many things to offer, such as their creativity, wisdom, courage, and compassion. They had realized that they were not alone in the universe, and that they had found a new family. They had realized that they were happy,